speaking today from interstate on the lands of the Gadigal people, near to where these scenes of invasion were originally recorded. I'd like to pay my respects to elders of the Eora Nation, past, present and emerging. This project required mounting of the full series and more involved conservation treatments on 4 select works. The first thing we noticed were pronounced differences between the tone, texture and weight of each paper. When thinking about the context in which these prints were made, these differences to a large degree reflect the way in which printmaker Walter Preston needed to work, using available materials from a scarce supply. Although some variation could be attributed to inherent differences in the original paper stock, more pronounced discoloration was considered the result of degradation and previous non-archival interventions. To ensure the preservation of these prints and improve visual consistency across the series, we washed 3 works with localised staining and carefully removed a brittle lining paper from another. The prints also varied in terms of the sheet size, as well as the dimensions and positioning of the plate mark, image and inscription. 2 sheets had also been trimmed, tight to the plate mark, giving the otherwise expansive landscape quite a cramped feeling. To avoid cropping each work to the plate mark, we instead float mounted these 2 trim prints onto a sympathetically toned secondary support to give the impression of a larger sheet. Through careful consideration and ongoing consultation with curator Alyssa Bunbury, we were able to present a consistent panorama while honouring the inherently varied character of each print. Through these conversations, we also learned a lot about the history of these prints from Alyssa, which greatly informed our treatments.
The conservation treatment and rehousing of these rare and important prints, Absalom's West Views of New South Wales, allowed them to be experienced in a visually cohesive way for exhibition and study.